Okay, so lesson on blues picking. And blues picking, it's often pretty much like Travis picking, and Travis picking is that thumb, finger, thumb, finger, thumb, finger, thumb, other finger. So that's the sequence: thumb, finger, thumb, finger. Okay, and that's what I was showing at first with this pattern. I was showing the thumb going from E string to the D string, E string to the D string. But I'm going to keep that simpler and just pluck one string. So the thumb isn't going to do an alternating bass line, it's just going to stay on one string. Now the chord I'm on is an E7. So, and it's an E7 with this voicing with the little finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. So I've got 0, 2, 0, 1, 3, 0 in terms of frets. So that would be the tab of it. And the thumb is keeping the beat. So if it's a 4-4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to use the fingers to play a melody around that beat. Yeah. So sometimes the notes are going to be in between the beat or on the upbeat, 1 and sometimes they're going to be on the beat, in which case instead of the sequence with this hand being thumb, finger, we're going to have, you're going to pluck 2 strings at the same time, so using the thumb and a finger. So for this picking pattern, let's have index, middle and ring finger, so fingers 1, 2 and 3 assigned to the G string. Index middle is going to pluck the G string, 2nd finger is going to pluck the B string, and 3rd finger, ring finger, is going to pluck the top E string. Okay, and the pattern is going to be this, which I just didn't play very well. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and I'm swinging it a bit. 1 and 2, so like 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. But whether you play it straight or you swing it, so if you're playing it straight, you're just counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But I'm just used to playing it swung because I learned it like that. Either way, the pattern is you start off with your thumb playing the bass note, the root note, low E, and then the 1st finger plucks the G string. And then the thumb and the 3rd finger pluck the 2 outside strings, the 2 E strings, so low E string and high E string. So we've got this, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Okay, now the and of 2, 1 and 2 and is going to be the 1st finger again plucking the G string, so 1 and 2 and, or 1 and 2 and, 1 and 2 and. Now beat 3 is going to be another pluck or pinch, so the thumb is going to play the low E string again, and the 2nd finger is going to pluck the B string. So far we've got this, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3. So that's thumb, 1st finger, thumb and 3rd finger, thumb, and then thumb and 2nd finger. 1 and 2 and 3. Did I say that right? Thumb, index, thumb and 3rd, index, thumb and 2nd. I said it right that time. Okay, so thumb, index, thumb and 3rd, index, thumb and 2nd. And that gives us 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Oh god, difficult doing it slow. 1 and 2 it's on the beat where you're going to have a pinch, that is the thumb and a finger plucking at the same time. That'll be on the beat, yeah? And off the beat, it'll just be a finger plucking a string. So, and sometimes on the beat, like on that first beat, it's just the thumb, one, but where there's a melody note, and it's on the beat, that's where you're going to pluck with thumb and finger. So a pinch, as I'll call it. 1 and 2 and 3, and that's the and of 3. Okay, so that's the third finger plucking the top E string. That's for the and of 3. So the whole thing is this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Whoops. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and when I say the whole thing, the thumb is still going to pluck the low E string on beat 4 to stay in time, yeah? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, that's the pattern. I don't really want to go beyond it now. I'll do another video for the rest of this piece, but just if you can get that pattern and then apply it to E7 as we've been doing, and then A7. Now the only thing that changes here, the 3 fingers stay playing the top 3 strings, the G, B and top E string. But the thumb, instead of playing the E string, starts playing the A string because that's the root note of the A chord. The pattern, the picking pattern, is exactly the same. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then apply it to B7. B7. No low E string, you don't play that. Lowest note is the A string 2nd fret, D string 1st fret, 1st fret on the D string, 2nd fret on the G string, open B string, and then 2nd fret on the top E string. Back to A7, which is open A string, no E string, just open A string, 2nd fret D string, open G string, 2nd fret B string, and open top E string. So B7, I'll play that again. A7, and of course you could do the voicing of where you put the little finger on the 3rd fret of the top E string, and then back to E7. And that little bit there was just on the A string, 0, fret 1, and then fret 2, and that's your root note of a B7 chord, which you can then fret and then strum. And that would give you a basic 12-bar blues. 1 and 2 and 3 and whoops, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, I'll leave it there. I hope that helps.